Hello, everyone! Ladies, gentlemen, gentle dems, gentle fluids, gentle beings, and however else you may happen to identify. Welcome to the battlefield. I am Rustam, the hero of the Persian Empire, reborn in the modern day to battle evil on the internet. Welcome, everyone, to the new Persian Empire, where I don't feel so good. I'll be honest, I've been having a little bit of tummy problems since shortly before leaving India, and I'm still feeling it. So, yeah, that's a nice little going away present. It feels like ever since I've gotten it feels like ever since I've gotten into my teens, at least in this life, I always end up coming back from India with stomach problems of some sort. I don't know why, but I don't like it. I really don't. Anyways, I hope everyone has had a good week and that everyone has been doing well while I've been away. And I'm glad to see so many people back here. Anywho, I'm not gonna take too much more time with talking, because instead, I'm just gonna take even more time with talking. Yeah, so let's get to the talking. And yeah, I should probably apologize for, being late with streaming. I don't think I've been that late with starting stream in a while. Let's just say I've been running around all day trying to get some stuff checked out. So yeah. There actually is a bit of a funny story behind that. But remind me to tell that later. Anyways, so this is where we start with a picture of this weird teddy bear slash desk lamp looking sculpture or whatever that was in Doha airport. And for those who don't know, Doha is in Qatar, and I flew Qatar Airways to get to India. So, of course, naturally, we had a stop in Doha. Why? I don't know. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. But still, I would definitely never ordinarily visit Qatar, I don't think. I don't like the idea of the place. That's all I'll be saying about that for now. But anyways, next up we have this, or rather these. A couple of pictures, and you might have seen them since I posted them on Blue Sky shortly after I arrived in India. But for those who aren't followed to my Blue Sky, speaking of which, please do follow. You can type in !socials if you want the links to those socials like Blue Sky and Discord and you want to join. But yeah. Anyways, so as I would later find out from Grandma Rustam, all these hands are apparently in different oh, rats. What was it called again? Great. Now I gotta check the Blue Sky to see what the heck I posted last week. Oh god, I retweeted a lot of stuff. Oh, there we go. Mudra positions. Yep. According to her, that's what those were. Neat, aren't they? Anyways, next up we have these. This is, as you saw in that quick flash of blue sky, this is the Mendi that I got done, which is basically just henna tattoos. And yeah, I gotta say, I really preferred it when it's on the look of it when it's just been freshly applied, because man, that just looks amazing, I feel. Plus, it's kind of cool how this kind of looks like a little spider, or like half a little spider. And then when it comes off, it's like this. I gotta admit, this picture's kind of blurry, but yeah. Although, if you want to know something funny, that tattoo is completely gone now. Just, it's only been a week and everything has already just washed away with the water. It feels sad because I really wanted to keep that for longer. But sadly, Mendi is, it's not exactly an actual tattoo. It ain't permanent. And to be honest, I wouldn't really want a permanent tattoo. But there are definitely worse things to have on the back of your hand. Just ask poor Ganondorf. He's got basically little ticket to eternal damnation, more or less. Keep getting revived, and then you keep getting cut down by Link. Every single time. And then in one of those times, he gets like... Imagine the one time where he wakes up and then gets jumped by an army of guardians. Like, imagine how that resurrection must have went. Just like... Oh, after 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to destroy Hyrule! What the? What's with that piano music? What's with all those red lights? Oh god, what the heck? I feel like that's basically how Ganondorf would have felt in the one time where he resurrected only to get just dogpiled by all the guardians and the divine beasts and whatnot. The time before he decided to just take control of all that stuff because he wasn't having that again. I apologize. I've been listening to the Breath of the Wild soundtrack a lot recently, thanks to that Nintendo Music app. I wish they would hurry up and put the Tears of the Kingdom soundtrack on there. I know I haven't finished with the game yet, but I want to listen to the music that I have heard from the game on that app. Anywho. So this is, oh, I should mention, most of the pictures that I took on this particular vacation are not in this little album that I spent the 10 minutes before stream putting together. I had to make sure to compose it so that it left out, any people that I knew, any private events and whatnot. So, things like the weddings that I attended, those are... You won't find any pictures from those here. But, I will say that those pictures turned out pretty well, and it isn't just me who said that. A lot of my family members seem to really like them. So, that was nice. So anyways, this is a little picture from the main road of the presidential building. Yep. All of this is the presidential building of Mumbai. Bleh. Not, but why did I say... Hold on. I need to get my thoughts in order. Delhi. New Delhi. Yep. This was taken in New Delhi, and this is the presidential palace, or whatever it's called. Obviously, you can't exactly get too close, but this thing has way more distance between it and the barricade than the White House South Lawn, I feel. Maybe that's just me, though. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. There it is, all zoomed in even. And there is a picture also taken from the main road of the Delhi. What did they call it again? Was it a Victory Arch or? I'm gonna have to look that up. Give me a sec. Delhi Arc. What was it? Oh, right. India Gate. It was a war memorial. Now I remember. Anyways. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So there's a lot of interesting stuff about that on Wikipedia if you want to look that up. Anyways, that was as close to it as I got since the tour we were on was a bit rushed for time, honestly. Like, I'm serious. That tour went very, very fast. We didn't get to see nearly as much of Delhi as I liked since we only had a day to do it. As for this, I had to take this through the back of the cab, which, is a bit of an indication of how rushed we were. Anyways, this thing, not that I had managed to take any good pictures of it, but this thing is like the three-headed lion or symbol or something that is on the roof of some important buildings. I think it was like built by Akbar or something. Let me check. Oh yeah, the state emblem of India. Four Asiatic lions standing back to back. So so that's what that was. It was on the top of the government buildings. Pretty neat thing, isn't it? There we go. There's a photo that isn't too marred by street light. Still can't make out what that is clearly though, can ya? Anywho, this was a little street market. I rather liked it. Felt like taking a picture of it. This was a temple, I believe. Yeah. The little old temple. Would have gone in, but didn't have the time. Again. That's honestly just a random building. Like, I don't know. I just took a picture of it because I liked the architecture. That's pretty much it. I just like the look of it. This picture I took just because I thought it was a nice view of the skyline. Also, this monument or whatever this is, sculpture or whatever, I liked it. I thought it looked neat. That's pretty much it for that. Also, a picture of something I thought looked neat. This building. And I don't really think I need to explain myself here. Because this is beautiful. It's amazing what kinds of things you see just walking around New Delhi. And, why did I take this again? Did I just like the greenery? I don't remember. It does look nice though, doesn't it? What the? Oh, now I remember. This was in that one state park in Delhi. What was it? Oh god, I'm gonna be pulling up the incognito window a lot, aren't I? Anyways, Let's see. Was it... Oh yeah, I think it might have been Sultanpur National Park. Maybe. Or it might have been something else. Actually, wait. No, maybe not. That's what I get for paying attention to the AI thing. I don't know why I did that. Was it this? You know what? I do not even remember. Let's just keep going through the pictures and maybe the name of the place will come up. This was definitely quite a thing. Trees on either side of a path with a big temple ahead of you. Feels like something out of Zelda, doesn't it? And cool bird. I still wonder what kind of bird it was exactly. None of the signs at the park had any bird that matched its description, so I really just do not know what kind of bird this was. And there we go, a temple in the middle of the park. Or was it a tomb? I think it might have been a tomb. Oh, yeah. Nope, it was a mosque. My bad. Badagumbad Mosque. This mosque, measuring 25 meters by 6.5 meters, is a fine example of the decorative technique of incised and painted limestone, one plaster used during the Lodi period. Other distinctive elements are the jarokas, cantilevered enclosed openings, and corner turrets, shaped like the Ofub Minar. An inscription over the southern mirab, the arch on the western wall, which indicates the direction of prayer, dates it to 1894. And the courtyard in front of the mosque is a mound of rubble, which was probably a grave platform. Beyond that, there is a building similar in size and shape to the mosque, which is probably a residential building. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did take a lot of pictures of signs, and there will be more to come. I make no apologies. None. And here we got some new information. Badagumbad, an imposing building believed to be a gateway, dates from the time of the Lodi dynasty. 19 meters by 19 meters, 27 meters high, one of the biggest and finest examples of the Lodi period monuments in Delhi. A typical feature is that from the outside of the building appears to have two stories. The main material used is grey quartzite with some other stones used for decorative touches, such as red sandstone on the doorways and a combination of red, grey, and black stone on the facade. The interior is very plain, the stone finish is unplastered and mostly uncarved. And what does this Badagumbad look like? This. Actually, wait, is this the mosque or... Nope, this is the mosque. So I guess this was the gateway. Quite something. I kept trying to get all of this thing in one shot. This picture was the result of that a little old panorama action. Can't say I like it too much. Anyways, here we go. Badagumbad Mosque. Again. Three-domed mosque built in 900 during Sikandar Lodi's reign. I'm starting to think with all these mentions of Lodi that Lodi Park was where I was at. It's very likely, I think, at this point. Anyways, 5 arched openings and a frontage of bracket and chaja cornice above them. The tapering minarets at the rear are in Tughlaq style, but seem to anticipate the octagonal towers of early Mughal and Suri periods. The oriel windows on the north and south also anticipate features of later mosques. The interior of the mosque is extremely rich in arabesque stucco decoration and paintings consisting of floral and geometrical designs and Quranic inscriptions, partaking both the Tughlaq and Mughal features. It occupies an important place in the development of the Mughal mosque. The long hall in front of Okay, well, you guys can read that. I'm gonna end up talking myself to sleep. If I keep droning on reading every single one of these things. Anyways, Badagumbad. During the Lodi period, tombs were raised in 2 styles, square and octagonal. The Bada Gumbad and the Shish Gumbad to its north are examples of the square type, while 2 other tombs in the Lodi Gardens represent the octagonal type. The Bada Gumbad is nothing but a tomb with certain unique features. And yet, it seems there is some debate between historians over what it is. Mosque was no doubt erected as an adjunct to the tomb, and finally in front of the mosque was raised a Miman Khana, or guest house for pilgrims. Like the Shish Gumbad, the Bada Gumbad also has a semblance of being double-storied. It combines spans of both arches and bracket, and lintel beams. It is decorated with stucco and painted ornamentation, and is faced in selected places with red stone. To relieve the monotony of the grey surface. Okay, yeah. So they used red stone and black stone, which is neat. Name is not known, but he must have occupied an important position during Sikandar Lodi's reign. Probably. Anyways, here's that grave that was on top of the Badagumbad Mosque. As it says, it has probably seen better days. Hmm, 6 and 7? Wait. Oh god, I think I'm starting to hear things. Oh lord. Maybe the jet lag really is getting to me. Nah, gotta wake up. Anyways, a flight of birds. Seriously, it was nice to see all the birds everywhere, all over the place. Especially the crows. It was just lovely to see the murders. It really was. It's always nice to see a murder of crows. Okay, Shishkumbad. Two patterns of the tomb built during the rule of the Lodi Sultans, square and octagonal. The tomb and the Baragumbad are square on plan. Oh no. As much as I hate the idea, I might need to end stream early because it feels like I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping my eyes open. Oh boy. Let's at least try and make it to the hour mark or so. Because I would really hate to go live and not be able to at least accomplish the debrief. But I am seriously tired already. Anyways. Stop closing eyes. Facade divided horizontally by a string course and a series of sunk niches running above and below it, an external semblance of being double-storied. Western halls provided with a mihrab, an arch, which served as a mosque, while the other sides of central entrance set in a projecting frame. Niches are spanned by arches. Central openings by bracket and lintel beams, combining thus features both Hindu and Islamic architecture. Originally faced with friezes of blue Carmelec tiles, which survive now only in traces, and which gave it its name, meaning a dome of glass. I wonder how many of our glass structures will survive. Anyway, inside its high ceiling is decorated with stucco and painted ornamentation containing floral patterns and Quranic inscriptions. Several graves inside it, but the names of the people aren't known. Alright, not much new information on there. This is the inside of one of the buildings, as you can see. And, let's see. Alright, so Blade Metal Gear Solid in terms of sneaking around all the way to our guide's car, and then the guide brought us to a different place. But that doesn't come until a bit later, it seems. Seems like we're still in Lodi Park. With the tomb of Sikandar Lodi. Yep. I'm definitely starting to hear voices. Oh boy. Sikandar Lodi was the second ruler of the Lodi dynasty, ruled from 1489 to 1517. Tomb set up in a garden, surrounded by elaborate enclosure. Yep. Two pavilions on the square platform in front. Remains of blue tiles. I really need to get a grip. At this rate, I might end up needing to finish the debriefing tomorrow. I'm really sorry, guys. I might have overestimated just how ready I was to get back to stream. Sorry. But we'll keep going for now. I think I can keep going just a bit longer. Okay, so Qibla, through arches, octagonal tomb, yeah. Let's see, why do I have this one again? Oh yeah, I think those two asked me to take a picture from the top of the tomb. It was a good picture. They seemed very happy with it. Anyways. Right there we have parts of that last tomb that we just had the tomb of Sikandar Lodi. Yep, right here. Striking, isn't it? Little bitty mini fort. Minor monuments. Tomb of Imam Zamim, located to the immediate east of Alai Darzawa. Oh. I think this is the point at which we got over to Humayun's tomb, maybe. Or like the Humayun Park or whatever. So for those who don't know, there are like 3 major parts of India's history. The second one, there's 3 or 4 really. Darn it, what were they again? 3 major parts of Indian history. Ancient, medieval, and modern. I don't know about that. Well, that's definitely not what the guide said anyways. What was it? Yeah, there was definitely prehistory. And then, okay. Yeah, so it was like the ancient age where a lot of the old religions first got started, including Hinduism. And there were several different empires. Eventually, it came around to majority Hindu rule. And then there was the Islamic invasions. And then, okay, apparently the early modern period is in the 16th century when the Mughal Empire conquered most of India. As I recall, the guide separated things into 3 major parts. First was prehistory, which was mostly characterized by Hindu majority rule. Then there was the Mughals, who were Muslim. And then there was the British, who were colonizers. Anyways, that was what the guide said. But things aren't that simple, it seems, according to Wikipedia. Anyway, so Humayun over here, whose name I keep mentioning, is like the second or so in the he was like the second Mughal emperor, the first being, was it Akbar or Babar? Oh god. I'm gonna have to look up Humayun again. Humayun. Second Mughal emperor, succeeded his father Babur. Yep, it was Babur who was the first Mughal emperor. Anyways, typical characteristics of the Lodi style of construction. Late Mughal period Sarai located at the eastern entrance gateway of the complex. Sanderson's sundial. Ah, yes, I remember. There was a sundial on the grounds of the Humayun Park that was built as a memorial to a archaeologist who died in World War I, built by his colleagues. I did not take a picture of it because it's a sundial. Like, you can see those in a lot of places around the world. I just didn't feel the need to take a picture of it. It's not very Indian in my opinion, so I just did not feel like taking a picture of a sundial while on vacation in India. It's way too Roman. You can look it up if you want a picture of a sundial. Anyways, other monuments. Tomb of oh god, what is this? Iltutmish, 1211 to 36 AD, successor of the Qutbuddin Aibak. Oh god, I definitely butchered that. Lie northwest of the Quwwatul Islamic Mosque. It is the first example of Indo-Islamic structure in India, built in about 1235 AD by Iltutmish, where marble was used along with red sandstone. Iltutmish also extended the Quwwatul Islam Mosque. Alai Darwaza Gateway is one of the 4 gateways constructed by him when he extended the mosque. This is located close to Qutub Minar. It's to the southern side of the mosque, extended by... Okay. Another Minar, to be double in diameter and height of Qutub Minar. Died soon after at Bayan, and it was left incomplete. Interesting. I swear, why did I take pictures of so many of these plaques before I took pictures of the buildings? I think it was because I was in a hurry and just wanted to get down all the reading material. Anyways, Delhi Sultanate ruled by the kings after the advent of Muhammad of Gur up to 1296 AD, called the Slave Dynasty, as most prominent among them were, former slaves. The Delhi Sultans, especially this guy, Iltutmish, and this guy, were responsible for most of the monuments at Qutub complex. The 4 significant monuments are Qutub Minar, the mosque. I'm not even gonna try pronouncing those anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys can read them. Earliest of these Islamic structures incorporate many Hindu elements due to the ready availability of building material and also the local craftsmen. Fascinating, isn't it? Okay, they completed the Minar around 1200 AD. First story was constructed by him, the other 3 by Iltutmish. The 4th was dismantled by Firuz Shah Tughyuk after it was struck by lightning. Converted it into 2 stories, thus raising its height, and added a cupola on top of it. Replaced by Major Robert Smith in 1829 AD by a Chatri. When it was struck by lightning, Lord Harding removed it as it was not matching with the original structure. It presently stands at the lawns of the Qutub complex. Oh, now I remember what that Minar was. Anyways, that right there, that's it. That's the Minar. And this picture, honestly, I feel like it doesn't really do justice to its height. This was taken from a distance. That thing is big, let me tell ya. Anyways, this building, I don't remember what it was. I just nabbed a picture of it as I was walking through the park. Anyways. Oh god, now I remember. This wasn't Humayun Park at all. The Humayun Tomb Park was a different one. This was like close to it, but it wasn't quite it. This was more of like just a general area with a lot of Mughal stuff. Humayun's area was a little farther away. This stuff was not quite at Humayun's time just yet, I think. Anyways, complex. Lalkot was the first city among the 7 legendary cities of Delhi, constructed by King Anangpal Tomar in the 11th century. Prithviraj Chauhan III, also known as Rai Pithora, built Kila Rai Pithora as an extended part of Lalkot. This first city was conquered by Muhammad Ghori in 1192 AD and placed Qutbuddin Aibak as his viceroy. Although with the passage of time, several cities rose to prominence but were soon lost in oblivion. Cities like Siri, Tughlukabad, Jahanpana, Firozabad, Dinpana, and Shahjahanabad were inhabited and deserted, but Qutb complex never lost its importance during the 664 years of Muslim rule in India. It is now the city's logo, and India's capital is identified with Qutb complex. It was in Lalkot that, who were mere slaves, rose to the highest position of the sultans of the country. Lalkot was also a mute witness to their soaring ambitions, untiring struggle, indefatigable energy. Wonder what that's like. And finally, occupation of the highest position in the country. It was in Lalkot that Razia, the first lady sultan of India, occupied the throne, defying the current political, social, and religious customs. Later on, she also mustered the courage to challenge the existing system by putting down her veil, purda, and appearing in the public audience hall in male dress. Thus, the Lalkot stands for the emancipation of women and their empowerment. I remember Razia, the stories they told of her. She was amazing. Her rule was way too short-lived, though. As always, men get butthurt whenever a powerful woman dares to rule over them. By all accounts, she was the best option, though. But, as I said, guys just don't care, do they? Sad thing to see. And all too common in history. Anyways, that was just a sign. I don't know why I took a picture of it. And we got some more buildings here. God, I wish I could have recorded the guide while she was talking so I could have had a better explanation of what these places are. Because, like, I swear, all the information on what these places were has just gone in one ear and out the other by this point. I don't even remember what those places were anymore. At this point, these are just pictures of interesting historical buildings. You really hate to see that. Anyways, this was that piece of the minar, the tower, that was removed and placed in the park on its own. And this is gonna be a bit more difficult to read. But honestly, I think I'm done. Like, I really don't think I have the capability to keep going like this. So at this point, I think I am going to have to call the stream here. It sucks, but yeah, I really do not think I can keep going. I need to get some sleep. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a bit more energy and we can finish up the briefing before we move on to Deep Rock Galactic. I really do hope so. Anyways, I'm really sorry about this, everyone. I truly am. I'm gonna make absolutely certain that I have a bit more energy tomorrow to get this done with. But yeah, for now, I think I'm just gonna have to call this here. Sorry, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, and I guess we'll end up doing Dead by Daylight on Thursday. Maybe I'll do a little bit of grinding like on my own before then. Like if I work up the energy early tomorrow morning or later tonight, I might play some of it just so that I can catch up with it a bit, see if there's any events going on or whatnot. But yeah, for now, that's all. Dismissed, soldiers.